Hi folks, I'm Tyler White, and this is the October 2nd edition of the NASCAR Report. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll get to Dover and Vegas in just a few moments, but right now let's start with the top story. Tony Stewart announced on Wednesday that 2016 will be his final full season in the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series as a driver. Clint Bowyer will drive the number 14 Chevrolet. Tony Stewart said the reason why he's calling it a career, not because of his poor performance, his leg injury in 2013, or that terrible tragedy last year at the Canandaigua Motorsports Park in New York. The reason why he's retiring, because he felt like it was deep down inside the right time to do so, and the reason why he's waiting until next year to run his last season is because of his fans. Tony Stewart began his career in open-wheel racing in Indiana, racing USAC sprint cars. He won the IndyCar Series Championship in 1997, or the Indy Racing League, I should say, excuse me. Also, he began his NASCAR career while he was still running in the Indy Racing League and made his rookie season in the Winston Cup Series in 1999, starting on the front row with race winner Jeff Gordon in the Daytona 500. Tony Stewart waited until September of 1999 to get his first career victory, doing so in the Exide NASCAR Select Batteries 400 at Richmond, leading 334 of the 400 laps that night. He also won the inaugural race at Homestead in 1999 and is a three-time Cup champion, winning it in all three sponsorships for the series: the Winston Cup Championship in 2002, the Nextel Cup Championship in 2005, and the Sprint Cup Championship in 2011. 2 Brickyard 400 victories, 48 career NASCAR Sprint Cup wins. Also, one of the very many drivers have a win in all three of NASCAR's top touring series: the Sprint Cup Series, the Xfinity Series, and the Camping World Truck Series. He's never won a Daytona 500 or a Coca-Cola 600 or the Southern 500, but he's hoping to do so next year. And he says he'll still be racing, just not in the Sprint Cup. He'll be more focused as an owner in the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series. Earlier this year, it was announced that Jeff Gordon would be retiring at the end of this season to go up to the Fox broadcast booth next year with Mike Joy and Darrell Waltrip. Now, this is starting to become an era. We're starting to see a trend here, ladies and gentlemen. NASCAR drivers no longer race until they're 50 no more. I'm sorry, but the times have changed. What Jeff Gordon and Tony Stewart just did, that's proven to you that drivers are going to start retiring before they even turn 50. They will not even turn 50 before they retire. I'm expecting Greg Biffle to retire either in 2017 or 2018. He's not going to race until he's 50, ladies and gentlemen. Greg Biffle is on his way out, folks. I know people say, oh, well, he won't retire until he wins the Sprint Cup Championship. He'll be the only driver to have a championship in all three of NASCAR's National Touring Series. Well, no matter if he wins the championship in 2016 or 2017, Greg Biffle is on his way out, folks. Believe my word. Take my word, ladies and gentlemen. Also, Dale Earnhardt Jr., he's on his way out too. I know he's not going to retire until he wins the Sprint Cup Championship, but I expect him to not even stay until 2018. I believe he's retiring sometime either in 2017 or 2018. 3 or 4 more years of Junior Nation. I'm sorry, Junior Nation, you can get mad at me all you want to, but I say Dale Earnhardt Jr. is on his way out. Also, I believe Jimmy Johnson's not got that long. I believe he's going to stay for another 5 years. That's how long. I know everybody's predicted him to win an 8th championship, breaking Richard Petty and Dale Earnhardt's record. I know everybody's saying he's going to break Jeff Gordon's record for the most wins. But, folks, let's just face it. Jimmy Johnson, he's not been a threat to win a championship since 2013. When he won his 6th championship. I believe Jimmy Johnson will retire in 5 years. Let's face it, here, 5 or 10 years from now, most of the big-name drivers will be gone. They'll either be up in the broadcast booth at Fox, NBC, MRN, or PRN, or they'll be an owner, spending time with their kids. The only 2 big names that will, or 3 I should say, will be wait a minute, 4, I should say, I expect to say. Denny Hamlin, Kyle Busch, Brad Keselowski, and Joey Logano. Those are the only big names that are going to stay. Let's face it, the young drivers were starting to take over. And I believe Dale Sr. would have retired at the end of 2002 because he owned a team. And he only wanted to run a couple more seasons. So I believe 2002 easily would have been Dale Earnhardt Sr.'s final year. That's my opinion, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, let's get you ready for the race weekend. It kicks off tomorrow afternoon with the NASCAR Xfinity Series Hisense 200 on NBCSN. Coverage begins with Countdown to Green at 3 p.m. Eastern Time, 2 p.m. Central Time, 1 p.m. Mountain Time, and noon Pacific Time. The last time the NASCAR Xfinity Series was at Dover, Chris Buescher won the race in a somewhat controversial move on his teammate Bubba Wallace. He cut his teammate's tire. Some fans debate that's just racing. Some fans say, oh, you shouldn't do that to your teammate. But what an exciting finish. It also broke a 9-year streak of Sprint Cup drivers winning an Xfinity race at Dover. So my bold prediction is Chris Buescher will sweep both races at Dover tomorrow. But get this, the last driver to win the summer race for the Xfinity Series at Dover, they went on to sweep the entire Xfinity Series at Dover. Joey Logano in 2012 and 2013, Kyle Busch last year. So my bold prediction, ladies and gentlemen, Chris Buescher will win the Xfinity race tomorrow. That's my bold prediction, folks. And Saturday night, we go over to Las Vegas Motor Speedway for the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series Rhino Linings 350 on FS1. Coverage begins at 10 p.m. Eastern Time, 9 p.m. Central Time, 8 p.m. Mountain Time, and 7 p.m. Pacific Time. Last year, Eric Jones won this race. I believe a Toyota will win this race tomorrow night. They've shown speed all season. I believe we're going to see another Toyota in victory lane Saturday night. That is my bold prediction. And Sunday afternoon, the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series heads to Dover in the AAA 400 on NBCSN. Coverage begins with Countdown to Green at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 1 p.m. Central Time, noon Mountain Time, and 11 a.m. Pacific Time. This is a cutoff race, ladies and gentlemen. After this race, we will narrow it down to 12 drivers and move on to the contender round. Here are the scenarios. This is also how they're going to line up on Sunday based on points, because qualifying and all track activity, which means any practices for the Xfinity and Sprint Cup, have been rained out. So they'll be starting like this, and here are the scenarios on the pole. It's Matt Kenseth. He locked his spot by winning last week at New Hampshire. He's very good at Dover. He has 2 wins here, so expect him to have a good run on Sunday. Denny Hamlin will start second. This is his worst track, however. Denny Hamlin, he ought to be thankful he locked his spot at Chicago, because, folks, Dover is Denny Hamlin's worst track, no matter how many poles he has. Once it comes to race time at Dover, Denny Hamlin, no factor to win the race at Dover. Starting in third is Carl Edwards. He has to finish 32nd or better, and he's a 2-time winner of this race, so expect him to have a good run. Joey Logano must finish 31st or better. He only has wins here in the Xfinity Series, but he's ran very well in the Sprint Cup Series, so expect him to have a good run. Jimmy Johnson, he must finish 25th or better, but hey, it'll be shocking if Jimmy Johnson actually finishes 25th, because Dover is his best track. He has 10 wins here, more than any driver in NASCAR history. Expect Jimmy Johnson to have a good run. Matter of fact, I'm predicting Jimmy Johnson is going to win the race Sunday afternoon. That's my bold prediction. Ryan Newman must finish 16th or better. He's only won at Dover 3 times, including sweeping both races at Dover in 2003. But the results have not been so good these last 4 races, so I don't think Ryan Newman has any chance at making the next round. That is my bold prediction. Kurt Busch, he must finish 15th or better to move on to the next round. But the stats won't lie. Dover has not been that great for Kurt Busch. He's finished below the top 15 in the last 4 races. I don't think Kurt Busch has a chance to move on to the next round if this is what he has to do. That's my bold prediction. Brad Keselowski must finish 14th or better. He won this race in 2012. He's very good at Dover. I expect Brad Keselowski to move on to the next round and have a good run on Sunday. Martin Truex Jr. got his first career win in the summer race at Dover back in 2007. He must finish 13th or better. Now, he ran very well here in the summer. That could be some hope on Sunday. And Jeff Gordon in his final race at Dover, he must finish 10th or better, which he's finished in the top 10 3 of the last 4 races at Dover. 5-time winner. He also won this race last year. He could win it again on Sunday. You never know. Expect Jeff Gordon to have a good run in his final Dover race. Jamie McMurray, Paul Menard, Clint Boyer, Kyle Busch, Dale Earnhardt Jr., and Kevin Harvick, they're on the outside looking in. They must win. Or, if someone else does not finish where they need to, that's how they can get locked in if they have a good finish. I think Kyle Busch will move on to the next round. He's won here twice and has several Xfinity and truck wins at Dover. There's no reason why he shouldn't make the chase or move on to the next round. Kevin Harvick, I'm somewhat iffy about. I mean, he's never won here at Dover, but he's ran very well here, so somewhat iffy. Dale Earnhardt Jr., I don't think he's going to make it. Even though he's won here in 2001, I don't think he has a good shot at making it in Dover. Clint Boyer, I think he might have a shot, but Paul Menard and Jamie McMurray, I don't think they will. Now, if you can't be at a television set this weekend, you can listen to all 3 races on the Motor Racing Network, the voice of NASCAR. You can also download the MRN app on your iPhone, iPad, or Android. It's free and easy. And you can also listen to SiriusXM Channel 90. That's the NASCAR station. Alright, let's take a look at the weather forecast, everybody, courtesy of our friends at Weather Underground, the official weather source of the NASCAR report with Tyler White. Let's begin with the truck race tomorrow night in Vegas. Clear skies, low of 66. Beautiful American night to watch the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series live from Las Vegas. But be concerned of what's going on this weekend at Dover. Now, earlier in the week, that Hurricane Joaquin, I should say, excuse me, I don't know how to pronounce it, but a hurricane's going to hit the East Coast this weekend. It's not supposed to hit Dover. It was predicted earlier in the week, but that's changed. That's dropped. We shouldn't expect it to hit, but there is rain in the forecast. For the Xfinity race tomorrow afternoon, a 50% chance of rain, a high of 62, and wind gusts are going to be strong, up to 25 to 30 miles per hour. So there's a 50-50 chance we'll get the Xfinity race in tomorrow afternoon. Keep your fingers crossed. Keep praying that God would open up the sky. And for the Sprint Cup race on Sunday afternoon, drop to a 40% chance of rain and a high of 65. So be praying that it does not rain this weekend. Now Monday, if necessary, sunshine, a high of 66. Now, even with the rain, it's still going to be very, very cold. I know it's supposed to be in the 60s, but the wind gusts, they're going to be up to 30, 35, maybe 40 miles per hour. So bring a jacket with you. It's going to be much colder than it usually feels when it's 60 degrees because of the wind gusts. So bring a jacket with you. Alright, that'll do it for us today. We'd like to thank you so much for joining us. We'll be back here Tuesday to recap all the racing activities from this weekend. We'll show you what you can expect. If there are any new developments going on in the world of NASCAR, we're going to be right here to let you know about them. Remember the golden rule, everybody, for you to do unto others as you would have them do to you. This is Tyler White. We'll see you next week, or we'll see you Tuesday. God bless, everybody.